This program has been brought to you by Durango Party Rental. We put it all together perfectly.
If you sit or lie on the sidewalks in downtown Durango, you could be subject to a fine. The Durango City Council earlier this month unanimously adopted a controversial ordinance that bans anyone from sitting or lying on the sidewalk. Proponents and council members said the ordinance will eliminate trip hazards caused by people who sit or lie along pedestrian walkways. But opponents of the ordinance continued to argue at a public hearing on May 15th that the ordinance is nothing more than a veiled effort to criminalize homelessness and to force panhandlers off the streets in violation of their constitutional rights.
What's the truth? What are we trying to address here? What we're trying to address is that the City Council wants to clear out panhandlers. Panhandlers that are not obstructing the sidewalks, panhandlers that are not creating safety risks, and are harmlessly sitting down and lying down out of the way. That is not criminal behavior. That should not be criminalized. This ordinance would target homeless people. It would target panhandlers.
The ordinance is crafted after similar laws passed in Tempe, Arizona and Seattle, Washington, both of which have been upheld in the 9th District Court of Appeals. City Attorney Dirk Nelson said the Durango ordinance should hold up against any constitutional challenges because it's narrowly written to address safety issues associated with obstructing pedestrian access, and it applies to everyone.
And I wouldn't have brought an ordinance to you that I didn't think was legally supportable. I'll say that. So again, I think it needs to be narrow in scope. It needs to address the issue. Hopefully we've done that. And so I would recommend that we keep it narrow. And if we do run into another issue that isn't addressed here, I think we can readdress that.
City Council members said the ban will be gently enforced, and the language in the new ordinance specifically directs police officers to ask violators for their voluntary compliance before issuing a citation. Sitting will be allowed on city-approved benches, and it doesn't apply to people in wheelchairs, strollers, or those who experience a medical emergency that causes them to sit or lie on the sidewalk. To see a copy of the ordinance, visit durangogov.org.